Hi Aries, this is a 4-week Celtic cross reading. Having a look at what's coming up for you. Okay, so I'm going to start off. It will be completely general, so whatever's meant to come up it won't necessarily be love. May not resonate with everyone, but you're welcome to have a look at your moon and rising sign. Before I start, I just want to say what I noticed straight off. We've got the Page, the Queen and the King of Swords. We're just missing the Knight. So that would be a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Usually if there's that many, I kind of tend to see that it is to do with the star sign. Usually I just go with the personality. But maybe they're prominent in your life at the moment. So let's have a look. So first of all, we've got the lovely Queen of Swords. Have a look at her. So these are your past cards. Okay, the next two cards I'm going to do are your past cards and clarify both. This will be relevant for your current situation and your future. So that will be the reasoning for what's happening now. So let's have a look. Queen of Swords, clarification. Okay, so it could have been that if the Queen of Swords is you here, I know it's not, I know you're a fire sign, but sometimes it's the personality that comes across. It could have been that you were fairly cut off, Mercury retrograde, I do apologise, fairly cut off in your past. Then you met someone and it just run 100 miles an hour. Feels like you quickly got into that relationship status really fast. So going from this, I don't like to say that the Queen of Swords is cold. She's not. She's just, she's got her sword to protect herself, that's all. But she can come across as quite cold. But that's, like I say, just to protect herself. So you could have gone from that to then all of a sudden being in a full-on relationship. It's not really telling me how you felt about that. It's just saying that it seems like a quick relationship took off. So let's have a look at the more recent past. Like I said, these will be relevant, hopefully, in the rest of the reason of why this has come up. So we have the King of Swords. Just going to see why he has come up. So we've got the Queen and the King in your past. So I'm going to assume, I mean this will clarify, but I'm only going to assume that you two were a couple. Yeah, so yeah, I have you two, like I said, you got into that relationship quite quickly, and it seemed to stabilize very quickly as well. One or the other of you, which is very similar to the reading I've just had with Pisces actually, one or the other of you were looking at other options. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were looking for other options in love. It just felt as if it maybe got slightly stagnant, and that you wanted a bit more than what was being offered. Not sure which one of you that was. Hopefully it's going to explain further on in the reading. Okay, so let's have a look then. Current situation. Death just popped out. I'm going to put it back in. I always let you know if any cards pop out, because I put them back in because if they're relevant, they're really relevant, they will come back out. Okay, we have a lovely card here. So first of all, we have the Hermit. I'm wondering if you two parted. One of you, it could have been that you left So we've got the I call it the soulmate card. So it's like when you have that friendship or that loving relationship that is, you feel like you're going home when you're with that person. But because I said in the past that one of you felt like they needed more, it seems to me like you could have separated from this person from the past. You took a leap of faith and just did it. It's not telling me why. Like I said, the one of you were down here. I think it was them. Just something wasn't right. But one of the other of you took a leap of faith and left the situation. Just going to have a look in what's crossing you. It seems there's a lot of love between you, but it just, for some reason, at that moment in time, or this moment in time, was not meant to be. Okay. It's very hot here, I have to say, if you're wondering why I'm huffing and puffing. It's absolutely boiling. Okay, so... disagreements, one of you being defensive and one of you feeling like you're out in the cold. Are you defending yourself for the decision that you made? Are they feeling rejected? So it feels like, you know, and they're like, well, I can't believe you would do this to me. And I think it's you feeling like, well, this is how I feel. And why am I having to defend myself so much? But they're feeling like they've been completely pushed out. They're feeling rejected. I'm sure that's no fault of your end. It's just unfortunate. We all feel differently about the situations we're in, don't we? But yeah, a little bit of bickering going on. So from this relationship that was very fast, very intense, very serious, one of you kind of like looking at other options to going into, unfortunately, looks like a breakup, and then to the bickering. It doesn't look like an ideal situation at the moment. Let's see how it progresses. So factors affecting the situation. Okay, so I now have the King of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus. I'm wondering if this person is feeling a bit of slight depression. I think it's them rather than you. I know this is your reading, but it has to say like the bigger picture, what's affecting things. So them being depressed and feeling all loved up and a little, I wouldn't say heartbroken, but when you want something you can't have it. So you know so they're feeling this love for you, and they know at the moment it's just not happening. I think this is the same person from the past. It's just we've got the King of Swords here and the King of Pentacles here. So as possibly in the past they might have been very cutting with their words. They could have now trying to ease a little bit. I don't think they're a barrel of laughs, don't get me wrong, but I think they're feeling a bit sorry for themselves at the moment, which, you know, is sad. But it's life. Unfortunately, you can't change how you feel. Time's a healer. I'm just going to have a look at external influences. I think this is them again. Let's see what's going on, because this is something that would be affecting your life, but external. Yeah, I said about the death card, okay? So that if it come out again, it was relevant. It feels to me that they feel like their world has absolutely crumbled. So that they're feeling sad, they're struggling to sleep, their world has just fell apart and they feel like it's the end. Of course, we know, if you regularly listen to tarot readings or you do tarot yourself, that with the death card, that it's about rebirth and things can improve and it's a fresh start. So it's all about death and rebirth. It's like the circle of life, shall we say. You know, it's like when one baby robin dies and a new one is born. That's probably the worst example ever, but there we go. You kind of know where I'm going with it. So they're just feeling absolutely like, oh my God, my world's fell apart. It could have been that you told them to move out, could have got them to move into a flat when you had maybe you had a mortgage on a house, and they think, oh my God, my whole life is just poof, fell apart. Things won't stay like that. They never do. So let's have a look at you. This is your reading, of course, but this is what's affecting you right now. Let's have a look. So hopes and fears. I'm trying not to drag these readings on too long. I do apologise if it does drag. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles now. Temperance. I think you, at the moment, I think you just want to get on with your life. I think you want a bit of peace. You do have love for this person. You don't like to see anybody feeling sad, but you just want to maybe focus on work for the time being. And you've had, where you were the Queen of Swords before, who was quite, in the past, before you met this person and got into this relationship, where you were quite cutting. I hate saying that, but it's the only, when I hear the Queen of Swords, I feel cutting. So it's not ever meant like that, by the way. Just quite stern then. I think now you've experienced this with this partner, it maybe didn't work out, you still have love for them, but you just want a peaceful life, you just want to focus on your money, focus on yourself a little bit, which is absolutely fine. So I'm just going to have a quick look at your immediate future. I think you feel trapped. I think you feel trapped in this situation where you feel that because this person is feeling so melancholy, you almost feel like that you don't want to look at it, that you just feel trapped in it, that you can't move forward because it's causing too much upset. I think you're thinking if you've done the right thing, but I don't think you're asking yourself if you've done the right thing because of your own feelings. I think deep down in your heart and your heart, you know you've done the right thing, but I think you possibly don't like the upset that it's caused. But unfortunately, any breakups, there's always going to be upset. Even when it's amicable, it's still sad, isn't it? Especially when you had this in the past, this kind of like really care about this person. You don't see them sad. I'm going to have a look at your possible outcome. This is a path you can change. You can change any of your paths, obviously. We all have different paths. We're not all on the same path. Okay. So, could be communication coming in from this person, and you could consider rebuilding on this. Like I said, this is an option. It seems to me like it could work. You could get back together and you could rebuild. It would be a slow process. It's not going to be, oh great, we're all back together and happily ever after. I think it would be a really slow process. That is an option that's there for you, I think. Your final outcome. So when I say final outcome, this is the most likely outcome for your reading. This is what is probably going to happen. I'm not going to say definitely because like we all have free will, and I think it would be unfair to promise these things on a tarot reading. I'm wondering if you're dealing with a Libra. Just putting that out there. Okay, so I'm going to clarify one more because we have, and I'm going to say there's this air sign. I think things will sort themselves out, but we also have the Page of Wands, which is yourself. So I'm wondering, if they have the justice they think they deserve, and that you do actually start fresh. I'm just going to clarify one more, just to see. Yeah, so it's in your hands. It's in your hands. That whatever, I know that sounds like a bit of a cop out, but I don't mean it is in your hands because we know that everything's in our own hands. I mean the decision. I think this person will quite happily take you back. Or they want to come back to you, rather, I should say, than take you back. And it's just saying here that that decision is in your hands. It looks quite possible to me that you two will get together, but it'll be like completely rebuilding again. It's very similar to what's in the possible outcome. It'll be completely rebuilding. And I think you will have, as horrible as it sounds, I think you will have the ball in your court a little bit, which isn't always a positive thing. Okay, because, it's much better to be with some, just think carefully. Don't do things out of pity. That sounds absolutely awful. Sorry, I do have a terrible way with words. It's just how, unfortunately, how I speak. I wish I had a better way of words, but I don't. So anyway, just have a look at your advice cards, okay? So these are angel cards. So reassurance, the angels of reassurance are with you today, and family, the angels of family are with you today. So I think this is saying, talk to your family and also be reassured that whatever decision you make, you are making the right one. These things happen in life with majority of people, and it's never going to be fun, but we all have to live our own lives at the end of the day. So again, which I say in nearly every Celtic cross reading, again, this is very specific and quite clearly will not resonate with everybody, but I'm hoping the person that's meant to be for, that they get to hear it, that if there are some messages in there for you, that you can take them. If not, you're welcome to look at your moon and rising sign. Mercury retrograde. I'm sure it's Mercury retrograde at the moment. Very tongue-tied. Anyway, so I hope that helps just some of you, and hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be doing another 4-week reading for you, just to see how things are going. Take care.